All right, it's time for Helmet Headed Dark Strangers. 2 cents no one asked for because it doesn't cover the bill. And I just want to talk about JJK and all the new information that's coming out with Gay's new what is interview and new information, uh, which I think is crazy, and everyone's just using the new information to kind of push their own agendas, and I'm gonna go ahead and just blame the power scaling community and the brain rot that they introduced to the anime and manga community. These people, like, I just feel like the community of power scalers, they call themselves power scalers. No one has a problem with power scaling. It's the power scalers that just for whatever reason destroys people's reading comprehension and causes them to miss peak storytelling. And I don't know, it kind of has me thinking of like, why even bother reading stories in the first place if the only thing you're gonna do is read the story for feats to make, I don't know, just uh, I just don't want to hear or see another Minato versus Hashirama video ever again in my entire life. I don't want to see Wally West versus Superman. I think we're done with that. I don't know. I just feel like now. I just feel like now. I feel like if you really love manga and anime, when you read the stories, if you just so happen to be a power scaler, that's fine. But when I feel like you're trying to push agendas and you're just like trying to lean into like the fried Kuna, the Gojo's a fraud thing, I think you're just completely missing out on the story and why the author of the story even wrote the story in the first place. Uh, so Gege, just to get to the interview really fast, he says like under normal circumstances, Gojo would have dodged it. Oh, yeah, that's, oh my God, we're gonna use this new information. That's not new information. But unfortunately, for those people, Gojo wasn't under normal circumstances. Like, did you not see the panel of his brain? Did you not understand or comprehend the situation he was in? Do you not understand how complex the world cut and slash is? And the fact that Sukuna figured it out. Mind you, Sukuna figured out the world cut and slash as soon as Gojo got his arm cut off. Now, why he didn't like use it before then, I don't know. My guess is that Sukuna likes to, that when he engages in these fights, he wants to like embarrass the other person. And how do you embarrass someone like Gojo? You absolutely dominate them at the exact moment they thought they won. And also, that's, I don't know, this I don't know why people are shocked about that, being like, "Oh, that's bad writing." I heard one person just say like, "Oh, I don't understand how Gojo got caught by that attack when he did like the most intelligent thing he's ever done in the entire story by combining red and blue in mid-air." I don't really know how that's the most impressive thing he's ever done. Did we not read the story where he found out how to keep RCT running consistently on his brain? He improved, like destroying his brain and rebuilding it. He's done a lot of impressive things. I just don't think that like using the mechanism in midair was the most clever thing he's ever done ever. I don't know. It just makes sense for him to get caught off guard and have his guard down when that's what's been happening to Gojo for the entire story. I don't know. That's just how you beat Gojo. I don't know. Just think about it. Toji, Geto. Like, I don't know. You just catch him off guard. I don't know. That's just how it works. He's a super overly confident person. Like, he didn't even think for 1 second that he was gonna lose the fight with Sukuna. So to be like, "Oh, I don't understand why he got caught off guard," and then I mean, I feel like some people would just be like, "Oh, well, everyone else dodged the word cut and slash." I'm like, yeah, that's because they knew what it was. Two of the people got a heads up email saying like, hey, in 2 to 3 business days, the world cut and slash is coming towards you. Kusakabe has a auto parry technique, so you can't really count him. I don't know. And then also, for Sukuna to beat Gojo, he had to create a binding vow that basically makes the world cut and slash at this level of fighting unusable. It's just too many requirements. Even though Sukuna's body's perfectly molded for Jujutsu sorcery. At this level, that's just not gonna cut it, big dog. I don't know. Just he had to sack, but at the same time, even though it's outrageously overpowered, I don't think Sukuna really needed the world cut and slash for anyone else he was fighting. He was playing around this entire time. He was joking, laughing, having the time of his life. Then also, like, I don't know. I think it just gives credit to the fact that I mean, Gojo was the only person that go 1v1. I mean, even Yuta using Gojo's body didn't do that well. He just didn't. But I'm like, I don't know. Calling Gojo a fraud is insane work to me. I know we had to use the best of the verse to and use a month of planning with the best of the verse in Yuta and like the best minds in Jutsu sorcery for an entire month, where they're just like, oh, the only thing they're doing is just like, hey, we need to figure out how to beat that. Like, they had prep time, and Gojo was able to go 1v1 with this guy, high difficulty, and call him a fraud. I don't know. I mean, the win con for Gojo, it happened. I don't know. I read the story. It happened. None of his students died. Not one. But I think it's because everyone just wants Gojo to be this 1v1 fucking king. I don't get it, dude. And I think it's, if you're reading stories strictly for power scaling, I'll honestly just skip it. I don't get it. Because, like, think about it. Like, all right, cool. You didn't. I feel like we all agree that, like, just think about the giant wave JJK had and how everyone just loved it, but you didn't like it for like these couple of reasons. So just think about it. Like, okay, cool. We're gonna write it in. All right, we're gonna write in Gojo dodging the world cut and slash and winning. Would that really make it a 10 out of 10? You really gonna sit here and look me in my eye and say that? It's just the power scale and brain rot. I just don't. I don't. I don't get it. And then it just kind of ruins this fight. I'm gonna, because I'm an employed person. Whenever in the 4 or 5 years when the Sukuna versus Gojo fight gets animated, I'm calling off from work. All right, I'm ordering myself a steak. I'm getting an outrageously expensive bottle of wine, and I'm gonna enjoy this because I enjoy the series and what the narrative was and the point that Gege was trying to get across. I'm gonna really enjoy this story because it is perfect. You're just missing out on a really great fight for what? You just really want Gojo to be the strongest, which is really fucking ironic because that was the whole point of why Gojo was lonely in the first place. Everyone always just saw him as a this kind of just like weapon, this like thing, this incredible like force, the pinnacle of Jujutsu sorcery, and I think it just kind of devalues him as a character when this fight's so beautiful, right? You have this person that's perfectly molded to be the best Jujutsu sorcerer ever, but because he came out looking like a hideous monster, I always think about like what's that hunchback guy from 300. He was a pretty capable fighter, but he got shunned away because he just looked fucking creepy. And ironically, that was the downfall of that entire fucking thing. But just not get off into a whole thing. I just think it's really funny because like the parallels of that fight is so incredible. Like someone that got shunned from a community he should have been absolutely perfect for, fighting the pinnacle of that society, where he gets they both kind of just get exactly what they want. It's amazing. And the last part of it was like, man, I'm never gonna forget this fight, Gojo. Like, this was amazing for me. He gets to solidify that, hey, you guys shunned me, but I'm actually like exactly what you were striving for. I'm actually the pinnacle of Jujutsu sorcery. But I mean, I guess I'm not the fucking 6'5", gorgeous, white hair, blue eye, swaggerlicious motherfucker. But you know, I beat him. But at the same time, you got to think about it. Like, Sukuna has the memories of Yuji, and Gojo, who is the pinnacle. He's the top of the. He's at the tippy top. he found someone who had that type of loneliness, found community in the society that shuns Sukuna away. But again, like, I don't know, it just kind of, everything in JJK just circles back around. Like, Gojo's like building, like, you just think about every single one of his students. They're all outcasts, just like Sukuna. I was like, damn, like, and I mean, we find out at the end of the story that, like, you know, Sukuna was, well, he was a little salty. He was a little salty about it. You know, it was like he was a little mad about it. But the fact that he's fighting the perfect sorcerer, and Gojo, going through what he went through, understands that, like, the society's like fucked up, and he takes in all of the, like, rejects that, like, they get pushed out because of whatever fucking stupid reason that they can come up with. Like, the society in JJK is outrageous up until the end of the story, which actually gets corrected. I don't I don't understand. And then the people always go like, oh, Gojo got off screen. No, he didn't get off screen. We understand everything that happened. The only panel that you're missing from the entire fight, we saw everything, is the actual landing of the world cut and slash. And then, and honestly, Kusakabe, he's my favorite character in the entire story, and I love him. And I love him so much more because he had to babysit you guys through the entire fucking story. And if I feel like Kusakabe wasn't there, you guys would have more shit to fucking complain about. He had to hold you guys' hand through the entire rest of the series, and you guys still missed the entire fucking point. I don't know. I feel like everything in Gege, like, Gege doesn't hold your hand through the plot. Like, everything you need to know about what happened in JJK, he gives you. If you just want to spend a little bit of time just rereading the series, I don't know. You're the people that stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning to read untranslated, unofficial translations of the story. Then why can't you just do a little extra rereading? Everything is, I feel like, in my opinion, is airtight. It's so good. Like, it felt like, if your complaint is like, oh, I just wanted more content, that's fine by me. That's cool. But if your complaint with the story is, oh my god, JJK fell off at the end because, like, Gojo died, and then Sukuna realized that, like, oh, maybe I should have went a different route. Why shouldn't? What? What? Did you guys not read this? I'm convinced you guys didn't read the story. Because, like, think about the end of his life, right? He went that entire path of his life because he was shunned. No one liked him. Everyone wants to fucking kill him. He ends up like, oh my god. It's such a great story, and people just completely miss the point. I just don't understand. He gets beat by a group of fucking black sheep that later, at the end of the story, confirm takes over the Jujutsu sorcerer world and makes it better. They don't fucking push people out because they're fucking freaks, or they don't fit into this exact fucking mold of what they think someone needs to be. And they also aren't killing regular fucking humans just because they aren't source. Like, everything, the world I feel like Sukuna would have wanted happened. And so why wouldn't he look at it and be like, you know what? Actually, you know what? maybe I was tripping. I mean, that's the reason he got beat in the first place. He abandoned his like just kind of carefree. I just want to fucking dunk on people. Path of his life. He's like, I'm just gonna eat and fucking do whatever I want to until the end of my day, and I'm gonna die because this world sucks and it is garbage. And he abandoned that to dunk on a 16-year-old that just had hope. Yeah, a person like that needs to lose. They had a month of prep time with the best minds in the entire verse with inside knowledge. They even use hacks. This is a great story. I don't understand the memes. The memes are really funny. I love the memes. My problem with the memes are when the memes aren't memes. They're just like, you're being serious. Frog, the Sukuna cycle. Oh, they just bring up an opponent, and then he kills them, and then they bring up another opponent, and they kills them. No one died. None of this. No student from Jujutsu Sorcerer like JJK died. No student. Gojo did what he failed to do when he was a teenager: protect everyone he loves. And he got rid of the big bad. None of his students died, and then the new generation of sorcerers that he cultivated ended up taking over. There's nothing wrong with this story, and this new information just like reconfirms that. I don't know. It's just, I do this to myself. I think the way I engage with the community just forces the algorithm to force more of that shit that I absolutely hate down my throat. Because at a certain point, I was like, do we not love these stories? Are we not? These authors don't write stories to power scale. They have power scaling in it because you need power scaling to have a good story. But the purpose of these writers writing these stories aren't to be like, hey, my guy probably can be Goku. I don't think they write that. They're trying to push a narrative and get a point across and express themselves in a way they probably normally couldn't do in a normal conversation. So that's the beautiful part about stories, that you can actually get a point across very clearly by creating a world where they have this government. And I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like reading a story that comes from someone's minds can make you understand them more than if they had to sit there and just blatantly tell you. And I don't know. It's just kind of frustrates me. JJK was such an amazing story, and I feel like I hear nothing but just the most brain rot, kindergarten level reading comprehension shit I've ever heard in my entire life, to something that was amazing and something he had to push out every week, even though he had like outrageous fucking health problems. And I don't know. For me, it's going to my top 5, and I just pray for the downfall of the power scaling community. I think it's slowly happening. I think we're slowly understanding that like that is just not where we want to be, and I need to start to find my community somewhere in the middle. I don't know, but I just want to get here and just kind of yap a little bit because that's all I do on this channel anyways. And bye.